So Kinkaku and Kinkaku they don't have far to go. They just go through a couple of initial layers of the compound, and they go up halfway through their castle-like structure. That is, again, it's built on a rock, so it's sort of like there's the initial, and then you sort of go in, and it's like it rings around this mountainous area.
Okay.
About halfway up, in a great cut of the mountain is like a meeting hall that the master scale sits and lives mostly. He's the last guard to their spoils, so to speak. But he sits on a great throne of pelts, but a very humble chair too. It's just made out of basic wood. People come and meet with Krev here, and they also eat. Many times he brings his top fangs and claws, and sometimes even his wings. And each of these have different type of meanings. Our wings are mostly magic users, which are very few and far between. But he has many claws, who are their main mercenaries. Very rarely do you see the fangs. But usually when you see the fangs, it's too late.
Gotcha.
The fangs are the ones that
something bad's happened if you see them.
Yeah, so like something's bad. It's like, so even Krev keeps the fangs mostly away.
Okay.
They are very rarely on the island. But whispers and rumors of their spoils come often.
Okay.
So again, you enter in the Great Hall. There's a wonderful fire illuminating the whole place. Like I said, it's sort of cut and carved out in the side of the mountain with a barricade. So you come through. There you are. You come in and nothing's blocking your view. Fire, and then past the fire is Krev sitting on his. It's not really throne, just place of glory.
Okay. Well, we'll just walk up and we're gonna do like a little, like go down on one knee kind of thing.
Cursey.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say all that, but and Kinkaku is gonna, they take the knee and he's gonna look up at him and he's gonna say, I have news, Master Krell, of a contract that I think would be very beneficial for the Brotherhood.
So, this great Dragonborn that sits in front of you, like he is older, but he's also not super old.
Mm-hmm.
He earned his right to be here. He's one of the younger. He's not the youngest, but he's one of the younger master scales ever. But he's seen a few things and done a few things. He's only recently become master scale. It's just been a couple years. So he looks, and here's your plea. So do you explain what the scaleless told you?
Yeah, so like I'm gonna explain, like what all she told us, and that at least from my understanding of it, that it could be a very detrimental problem in the future because we won't have any food, and I'm gonna like I said, maybe mention that once everything gets back to normal, maybe they could, as part of our payment, they just send us food from now on.
So Krev likes your long-term approach to the idea. So he stood up when you all came approaching. He sits down. He looks a little distressed. So he takes a deep breath and sort of huffs. He asks everyone else to leave the room.
Marvelous.
So if you could get everyone else out.
That ain't good.
He informs the two brothers that he had hoped this day would come later in his life. He explains that while you all are not new to the organization, you're not old to the organization either. And that there are times when certain master scales are blessed when they take their pact with the dragon with a vision. And that his vision was that of a great famine across the land. And this great famine could destroy the Brotherhood, along with countless other chances for coin. So, and that there would be, a possible hope from within to maybe rectify it before the Brotherhood is destroyed. So, sadly, he tells you that you and the outsider must go speak to Silverback.
Okay.
So he goes, Silverback is the dragon that freed us thousands of years ago, and that we hold our patronage to. And that the rumors and of the actual dragon on the island are true. It's not just symbolic. We don't, no master scale goes and visits just an altar or gains power from an item, but from an actual ancient dragon itself. A very ancient dragon.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got to be pretty old, huh?
It looks, and it says this dragon could be upwards to 4,000 to 5,000 years old. It's very old.
All right, then.
So, and that it knew the vision I got. And that these were its instructions for you and the messenger of famine to come speak to it.
So did he see them specifically in the vision, or did he just know it was two people?
He just knew that there were two dragonborn.
Okay.
So he says, what my vision has come to pass, that there would be a scaleless come of this great famine, and that two that are one would possibly be our saviors or our downfall.
Putting a lot of pressure on the brothers here.
It's like no pressure. If you fail, the organization will fall into ruin and die.
Okay. Well, Kinkaku is gonna stand up from his little bow or whatever, and
Curtsy.
Yeah, it's not curtsy. He's gonna say that he will gladly accept this, that it's an honor that he's even considered for such things, and that he will do all that he can to keep the Brotherhood whole and make the Master proud.
So he appreciates your formality. He also warns that the dragon is different.
Okay.
And that you may be tested and do not falter in your resolve.
I believe in us.
Yeah. So Philly, let me see insight on that. Oh, yeah. So anyway, it's like, are you ready to take the path, the back of the dragon?
Yes.
So, and with this, the surprising thing, the master scale gets off his throne, and he moves his throne and pushes back all the bear rugs and all the treasures, and it reveals there's a path, a chamber into the mountain. So
I guess we should go fetch Paige.
So he's like I have already sent for her.
Okay.
When I sent everyone out.
Okay.
When she gets here, hopefully she accepts the request to go with you. But if she wants anything resolved, this is her. It's like her quest too.
Is this one of those things we're just going to tell her to keep her money, or are we going to take it to give the illusion?
It's like, oh no, we're taking all of it.
Okay. Might even ask for extra.
So it's like, you know, it's like this isn't a charity.
Okay. Cool.
So with this, the doors open and Paige is at the doors. The people that he sent out have brought her. So you just put her.
Where am I?
No, you just have her come up if you want.
Okay, she'll just be you right here.
Yeah. So Paige has come up, and Paige sees sort of a palish blue, almost silvery dragonborn in front of her. He stands in front of a pushed over chair and a bunch of furs. You can do a perception check if you wish to see if you happen to notice anything else.
My perception. What color do I want? 14.
Okay. Well, that's enough that you notice that there's some type of hatch right next to him in the middle of the floor, which seems sort of odd. So he notices that you notice that.
He notices that you notice.
Yeah.
Noticing him.
Yeah. So you just through because your eyes bounce and notice the chamber's there. He says, "Oh yes, I noticed that you see our chamber here. This is called the Back of the Dragon, which leads to, sadly, the head of the dragon. I've taken your request into consideration, and I'm willing to lend our aid to you in your plight. He's very forward. He's like, this is not an easy task because I will need to ready many, many men, I feel. So what do you have to offer us? And our loyalty.
I have not come empty-handed. I will be upfront and honest. I have 500 gold coins in my bag, and this I will offer you if you assist me in figuring out what happened to my land and my sister, and afterwards, if we find a way to begin again on my land, if you will loan me some of the people from here to help me start over.
So it's like he feels that you're a shrewd negotiator, and the fact is that you're seeking help, but also looking forward past to if things are complete to get others. So he's thinking about the offer to help. So, and he also thinks about what the brothers had mentioned about maybe doing like a supply line. So he's like, if I would have some of our lessers. We'll call them our dragon feet because they touch the ground. You know, go there. Can we guarantee a percentage of what they make in total?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The land, all of us will starve if the land does not get back in shape. We may have to negotiate over the percentage at some point, but yes, you have my word that I will be fair.
Well, he rolls insight on it, so he's not sure if you're exaggerating. He doesn't know how bad it is on the island, but he's also, pretty happy with possible deals.
I got a 19 for insight.
On insight. So you believe that she's truthful about, sharing.
Okay.
So she's not let you do anything. Believes the place is a barren wasteland. But of course, she's not a farmer type, so she doesn't.
Yeah.
She does not know. She does not know.
You mean well, but you don't know if it's going to be able to.
You don't know if it's ever going to support a blade of grass, much less anything.
Right, but I'm not lying about what I.
No,
you're not lying about your intention.
Right.
Ignorance is bliss. In reality, it's like you don't know. If you don't know, it's like you're not a farmer. So as far as you know, it's like you fix the land, everything's up. It'll grow again, which maybe someday could be healed. But someday.
Someday.
Who knows? So no one feels any deceit. No one feels anything that anyone's holding anything back. So Master Scale Kev opens up this gate that's in the floor, and he says, "As you've seen, Lady Page, again, this leads you to our sire, the dragon, Silverback. Silverback would like to speak to you all to finalize our deal."
Then we should go.
So he said, "I will lighten your journey by taking your coin as a down payment, and I will also ready my men in hopes that we can help you once you're back. So,
Thank you for your help.
So do you all go on down through the chamber?
We'll fucking
So you go down.
go on in.
So we go down. So this leaves Master Scale, and he shuts the door, and he snaps his fingers.
Okay.
And from the shadows,
Of course.
from the shadows comes another Dragonborn. This Dragonborn, he said, ready the fangs. So we need to investigate that island and several around it. So report back to me on any unusual findings. So make sure to take one of the wings to possibly analyze what type of magic that we're walking into. So he then prepares a little note to send to the captain of the claws to enhance security.
Okay.
Down at the ocean front.
Maybe build a gate.
Yeah. So maybe build a big gate.
Well, they are 500 gold coins richer, so.
Yes. So, and with that, this claw sort of fades into the shadows again and disappears. So he sits at one of the table and then takes a great turkey leg and starts eating, and wonders possibly how many days until there is no bread on his table.